So in front of me here, we've got the 2027 GMC Terrain Elevation in Twilight Ebony Metallic. Now, honestly, I like the Terrain a little bit better than the Equinox. I think the Terrain just looks better in my opinion, and it's honestly just a miniature Yukon, and I do like the Yukon a little bit better than I would say the Chevy Tahoe. But let's start here at the front, guys. You're gonna get these C-shaped LED daytime running lights with your LED lights. Now in the center here, you're gonna get the blacked out GMC logo there. This one does have the black edition package, so it's gonna give you a lot of the black accents around it and the black wheels. Now you have a camera below that for your 360 camera. You do get fog lights that are tucked into the bottom of the bumper here, as we can see, and then you do have some inlet air intakes there on the side. But honestly, I think the front of the GMC Terrain looks really good. I mean, it's blacked out here as we can see, so if you do get like a white color or a lighter color, you're gonna see a lot more of the accents, but I am still digging the all black look. So that's really it, guys, at the front here. Let me know what you think. Also, if you guys want to know what packages this one has, it has a lot of packages. I'll have the window sticker at the end of the video so you guys can see what it has. Let's take a look underneath the hood and go over the engine specs. So taking a look underneath the GMC Terrain Elevation here, we've got the 1.5 liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder with 175 horsepower and 203 pound-feet of torque hooked up to the 8-speed auto. Now it's the same engine that's in the Chevy Equinox. Personally, like I said, I like the GMC Terrain better. I think it just looks a little bit better in my opinion. And the engine, it's not too bad. I mean, I still prefer a V6. However, in this mid-size segment, I don't really think you need the V6. Once you get into the Traverse and the Acadia, and then maybe I would say a V6 would be necessary. But that's it underneath the hood here, guys. Let's take a look around the GMC Terrain Elevation and go over its options. All right, so let's take a look around the GMC Terrain Elevation. Now for starters, this one does have the black edition package. So as you can see here, it's gonna black out everything, the roof rails, the Terrain name, the GMC logo there as we saw at the front. But let's take a look here at the wheels. Sitting on Continental tires, 235/55 R19 is the tire size. And you've got this nice blacked out wheel here, carpeted liner inside, and then you've got this plastic liner carried throughout the bottom here. And then over here, you've got the body matched mirror cap here with a camera underneath that. And then here's a side profile view of the GMC Terrain. So again, carrying a lot of aspects from the Chevy Equinox. But as you can see here, you got the Terrain name that's blacked out. You only get keyless entry on the front two doors, unfortunately. I wish they gave it to you on all four. You've got the blacked out roof rail there. And again, this is just a blacked out vehicle in general. So you're gonna get all the black accents, especially with that black appearance package, or the black edition package rather. And then here's a look at the interior. So you've got some really nice soft seating arrangements here. You do get your seat adjustments here that are automatic, whereas in the Equinox, you do not get that in the RS package there that I reviewed. But we've got some white stitching as well. And then here's a look at what the dash looks like. So you're gonna get some more white stitching. So I would say the interior, personally for me, I like this better than the Equinox. Again, let me know what you guys think. I think, again, it's just gonna carry, you know, down from the Yukon, so the big screen and the center console area. This one has a full panoramic moonroof as well. And then you don't get anything there on the door sill. And then here's what the door panel looks like. So you've got some textured pattern here with some chrome, and then you got soft touch here, lock and unlock, window opener with some white stitching here and some soft padding. Then you have your speaker down below. And then let's take a look at the back here. So you're gonna get a decent amount of room back here. I think it's gonna carry, again, the same size from the Equinox. So nice soft padding seating arrangements here with some white stitching. Now this one has heated rear seats. You have two vents, and then down below you have two USB-C plugs. And then you have a cubby over here for your cup holders. Here's also a look at the full moonroof, but here's the room back here. So when you're sitting back here, if you're over 6 foot, you're gonna be okay. The headroom might be, you know, the problem, but down here, you're gonna have a decent amount of room for your legs. Over here, again, door panel soft here with some white stitching, window control here with your door opener, and then I would say this is a hard touch plastic. And then we'll take a look at the back tire and wheel. So same dimensions with that carpeted liner and then that plastic liner as well. So that's it for a side view, guys. Let's take a look at that back tailgate. So in the back here of the GMC Terrain Elevation, you can see we've got LED taillights. We've got the blacked out GMC logo there, Terrain all-wheel drive on the left, and then Elevation on the right. And honestly, since this vehicle is blacked out everywhere, they're kind of hard to see. But you've got your parking sensors down below, and then you have no exhaust ports, as you can see, so it kind of gives it a clean look. You do have that rear wiper on the windshield there instead of it being stowed in the lip like in the Yukon and the Chevy Tahoe or Suburban. Now you have two cameras here. One is for your backup camera, one is for your mirror camera, which we'll get into. Now I'm just going to zoom out here. This is a power lift gate, so there's a button just right here on the right side of the M, and it will lift itself up. Now with these vehicles, the Chevy Equinox included, here it's going to give you a lot of room back here. So you've got a deep pocket, and since it's a little bit more boxier, you have a little bit more storage here for height, and then you have a lot of storage under here too. So I'm glad they gave you a decent amount of storage. You can see you got 2 lights here, no deep pockets here on each side, but it is what it is. Now the seats are a 60-40 split, so just by clicking these here, I'll show you guys once we get on this side, you can have the seat come down. And then to close the tailgate, all you do is push this button and you're good to go. But like I said, I think the Terrain just looks better in my opinion compared to the Equinox, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let's take a look at those seats behind the driver. Just want to thank Applewood GM here in Mississauga, Ontario. Go see my boy Zach, he'll hook you up with a great deal. All right, so hopping into the back here to show you guys what it looks like on the driver's side. So it's the same here, same door panel, so same material. You got your door handle here, window control, and then here you have nothing on the door sill, and then here's what the seats look like. So if I undo the seatbelt here, I'll show you guys, 60-40 split, and then the seat comes down just like that. When you put it up, just make sure you grab the seat belts and you tuck the seat back in, because sometimes the seat belts get tucked behind the seat, so it's a pain in the butt. And then over here, you got your heated seats, your vents as well with 2 USB-C plugs. And here's a look at that panoramic moonroof. So that's it for the back here, guys. Let's take a look at the front. All right, so taking a look at the front here on the GMC Terrain, we'll start with the door panel. All soft touch here. You got that texture here with some chrome, and then you have some soft touch here. You have your window and mirror controls here, lock and unlock, and this one does have memory seating, which is quite nice. Power tailgate button here, and then your speaker down below. And then over here, you do have your seat adjustments, but nothing here on the door sill. So you get your automatic seats. And then here's a look at the seats themselves. So I would say they're pretty nice and soft. Over here on the left side of the steering wheel, you're going to get your different drive modes, parking, brake. You have your all-wheel drive and auto hold button. And then you have your automatic stop start with your interior dimmer switch. Now you can have this be a front-wheel drive basis car unless you want the all-wheel drive on. Now it is a telescopic steering wheel adjusted manually via this little lever here. That's it before we hop in, guys. Let's talk about the inside. We are inside the GMC Terrain Elevation here. So we'll start with the steering wheel. It's a leather wrapped steering wheel here, as we can see. We got over here on the left side your cruise control buttons with your forward collision alert. And then over here, this will control your front infotainment, just this button here. So you can cycle through the different settings if you want. I like the maps here on the instrument cluster. I think that's quite nice. You have a heated steering wheel button, voice command, and then your music settings and call hang up, call pickup. You've also got the GMC logo there in the center. Now you do have paddles at the back of the steering wheel, and then on the left side behind the steering wheel you have your toggle for your wipers and then your transmission select. Now essentially this just kind of looks like a smaller version inside of the Yukon. So I think it's quite nice inside. Up here at the top you do get I would say this is a hard touch up here with some white stitching, and then you have a speaker there and speaker up both sides of the A-pillars. Now you do get this little thing here, that is your forward collision alert indicator. So if the automatic brakes have to go on, it'll flash a light onto the windshield and alert you if you're not paying attention. But essentially, this is what the dash looks like. So I think it looks really good. You've got some soft padding here with some white stitching, and then this kind of chrome and texture carries throughout the whole part of the dash. Now this is the infotainment screen, so it works well. It's very intuitive. You've got 3 different sections here that you can control. So you've got your maps, audio, and then trip. If you want to change it, all you do is hit this pencil. I mean, all you can do is really audio and trip. But if you want the maps on the full screen, you can just click it. Or you can click these hotkeys up here. So there's your maps, and then there's your audio. So that's quite nice. And then the responsiveness of the screen is nice as well. So as you can see, I'm moving it and it works really well. Unfortunately, you have to go into the screen, I would say, or use these buttons for climate. I wish they gave you more buttons, but you have to use, I would say, mostly the screen. But like I said, you have dual zone climate here. The nice thing in this, though, you do have heated and cooled seats on both sides. So that is one thing to note. Now, again, you have to go into the screen to control a lot of stuff like your light controls, your park assist, and that type of thing. If you see more controls here, you have doors, windows, drive and park, you know, all that kind of stuff. I just wish they were physical buttons. That's just me. I mean, let me know what you guys think. I would say most people would like buttons preferably. Now, it does have a recording button here, but it also has great camera angles, and the quality of the cameras are great. Now, this one does have an interior camera here. So there's the camera there. You can have it zoom in or out, and like I said, the quality is fantastic. And then if you go back to the cameras, you can change the views of them, of course, so if you're backing up a hitch or whatnot, and it works really well. And like I said, the responsiveness of the screen is great. You still get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then you have your Google Play Store there too. Now, over here, like I mentioned, heated and ventilated seats, and dual zone climate. You have a USB and USB-C plug here with some storage. You've got your cup holders here, and then over here is where your wireless charging pad is, and this is where the soft padding center console area is with some white stitching. Now, if you open it up here, just like that, you get a deep pocket with this little cubby that you can take out, and it doesn't look like there is any USB or USB-C down below. And then up top here is your rear camera mirror that you can turn on or off. You have your OnStar controls here, and then your moonroof controls, and you can tilt the moonroof if you want to, and then your sunglass holder too, with your visors here at the top. So that's it for the interior, guys. Let me know what you think. I think this is a great interior for a midsize SUV. It's got a lot of great tech. The screens work really well. You know, I like the instrument cluster here. I mean, personally, if you know me, I like a little bit more analog. Like, I like having a little screen here, but analog gauges. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, it still works well, and the technology's there. It's got great features. So let me know what you guys think. I'm sure you guys are curious about what the price is. So let's go outside, give you guys my final thoughts, and let's talk price. All right, guys, so let's talk price on this GMC Terrain Elevation for 2027. We're sitting at $51,437 Canadian. Let me know what you guys think about the GMC Terrain in the comments. I did do a review on the Chevy Equinox RS. If you want to see that review, I'll link it up here. That one was priced at about $48,882 Canadian. So if you pay a couple grand more, I mean, there are a little bit more features in this, but I honestly think it's going to be a preference on if you like this design better than the other. I mean, for 50 grand, it's still a lot of money, but if you want something a little bit cheaper, this might be the better option to get if you want something quite nice on the exterior and interior. So that's it for the review, guys. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one.